This is the Heroic Voice, where I talk to comic book creators, people I've worked with, other interesting people, about the history of comics, superheroes, and the current state of the comic book industry. I also discuss current and upcoming projects, current events, and any other topics my guests might be interested in talking about. So subscribe and hit the like button. Help me grow this channel and promote indie comic book creators, publishers, and other people affiliated with the comic book industry. Your comments are appreciated. Get to it and leave feedback, good, bad, and otherwise. I am your host, Dennis Mallonee, writer, publisher of the Heroic Multiverse, where we spotlight good girls, bad girls, super babes, and superheroics in a classic, kind of golden agey style. Grab some snacks and enjoy. This is the Heroic Voice. Hi, welcome to the Heroic Voice. Our guest today is Dell Barras, the legendary artist from the Philippines, who has done quite a bit of work for DC and Marvel and for Heroic Publishing. He was there with us pretty much at the beginning and has, worked with us off and on ever since. I want to encourage people to like, subscribe, share this with your friends. The only way that we're going to be able to derive revenue from it is if we get a whole bunch more subscribers. So anything you can do to help us do that, that would be wonderful. Dell, it's good to
Yes.
see you. It's been a while.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So
You
tell
look
us
you
what
look you
you're,
look great.
well, thank you. You look good too.
Oh,
Tell
thank
us
you.
what you're up to these days. I
Getting
know
old.
you're pretty much retired from animation, but you're still
Yeah,
doing comic book work.
yeah, just here and there, just a bit sometimes. It's just a hobby now. I just finished a graphic novel and one of my books is called The Art of Dell Barras. It's out now at Barnes and Nobles.
Barnes and Nobles, anywhere else people can order it?
Amazon, Amazon.com. Here's the cover. If you
Pull it back a bit. The Art of Dell Barras, available
Yeah,
at Amazon and Barnes and Noble.
yep.
Is where is where can people go to get in touch with you to see what you're up to? You have some social media stuff.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook, Del Barras. And
Okay,
um,
all righty. Let's
what else?
let's take a step back.
Okay.
When you first how did you first get in touch with the American publishers? And different artists have it happen in different ways. How did it happen with you?
Yeah, at first, when I came here, I worked for animation. We did the Transformers and Transformers the movie. And then my colleague and my pal Romeo Tangal, you know him?
I
Yeah,
know the name. I've never met the
yeah.
name.
He worked for the Teen Titans before, and then he told me if I'd like to do some comic books. Then we were in New York those days, and we went to the DC Comics studios or publishing house. Then he introduced me to some editors, and they gave me some jobs. But before I was just an inker.
Uh-huh.
I ink a lot of things from DC, and then Marvel got me to ink there. I ink I ink in a lot of companies.
Yeah, it's the first thing you did for us as well. You inked that original Champions
Yeah,
miniseries for
and
us.
then when I was at I don't know what year was that. I was at
80s.
San Diego convention.
Mhm.
Uh, Paul Neri, he was the editor in chief of Marvel UK. He told me if I'm interested in going to London to do some comic books. So I said yes, and I went to London and did Marvel UK.
Cool.
Pencils and ink now. So that's the beginning, penciling and inking until now.
You've penciled a few stories for us as well.
Oh
You,
yeah,
yeah. Um,
lately.
but I love your inks. I mean, you still
Oh, thank you.
great, still great with those.
I love your stories too.
Well, thank you. You have one that I gave you. Have you started doing anything with that yet?
Not yet. Maybe next month because
That's
I have a
fine. There's no rush on it.
I'm finishing a graphic novel now for
Uh-huh.
what you call this Snowy Works. It's a new company.
Okay.
Yeah.
That it's a G girl story, where she meets the bee czar. Um,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, a guy who commands bees, and is pretty bizarre. So
Wow.
I hope we have some fun with that.
Seems a lot of work.
When you were inking, and this is a story that I don't think's ever been told before,
Mhm.
your son, who was very young at the time,
My son.
yeah, he was very
Ah,
young.
uh,
You remember it was the first appearance of Icicle, where she was
yeah.
fighting Pulsar, and your
Uh-huh.
son thought he would help you ink a page.
No, he
You
didn't
remember
ink it.
that?
No, he didn't ink it. He destroyed my page.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom and when I came back, it oh wow, it was all destroyed. I have to redo it.
Uh,
He
but
played on it, like doing painting it like that.
but he thought he was going to help you out.
I know.
Yeah.
And
That
that's not
was
what he did. Uh, we were washing the big van of my neighbor, and we went out to rest. Then there's a bucket of paint there. Then my son came in and paint the van.
how is he these days? That was what like that was gosh, that was almost 40 years ago, 35 years ago.
I have two sons. My eldest is an LAPD cop now.
Ah, hence the hat.
Huh?
You were wearing an LAPD hat earlier.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And you've got that thin blue line flag hat
Yeah.
at the moment.
It's from him too.
Hmm. Okay. So they're both doing well.
Oh, they were doing well. My youngest is a nurse before, but now he has a studio of doing makeup and lashes and everything.
Let me ask you, you've already answered the question of how you got into comics.
Uh-huh.
You were pulled into it from animation, but there's another question. What is it that you find attractive about the graphic story medium? Why are you still doing it after all these years? What is it that, you say it's a hobby at this point. What is it that compels you to keep doing it?
Yeah, because I like to feel again the my pen scratching on paper. Not like these days. When I was on animation, we always draw on computers. I like papers and computers
So
because I like
you
the
like the
feel
feel of
of
it,
the
the
brush.
physical
Yeah.
aspect of it.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Actually putting that ink down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any favorite characters, comic book characters, or even animation characters? If you could do any one character that you haven't done, who would that be?
The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, really? You've never
Yeah.
done him?
Oh yeah, at Marvel.
Hmm?
Yeah, I did a series for the Incredible Hulk before at Marvel.
Oh, okay. So you would like to do the Hulk again?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me drop a word in the right place. Or if you happen to be seeing this, Tom, you know, get in touch with Dell.
Tom who? Tom DePalco?
Brevoort.
Oh, bro, I don't know him personally.
That's okay. I like him. Tom's a great guy.
Oh,
Uh,
hi.
so talk about your project. What's in that Del Barras book that you just put out?
Well, it's all my drawings. You see, it's here. I'm gonna read it. It says, "This book compiles a volume of my work as a comic book artist. Coming from the Philippines, I started working as an inker for Marvel Comics and DC Comics, Blue Beetle, Incredible Hulk, to name a few. Then leveling up to penciler and inker when I was hired by Marvel Comics UK based in London. Most recently, I worked as a storyboard artist, director, designer for cartoon animations. At present, I'm illustrating graphic novels for various publications. There you go.
There you go. That's it in a nutshell. Um, Projects. Do you have things that are coming up? Something that people could be looking forward to? You said you're working on another graphic novel.
Yeah, it's what's the title of that? Hold on, forgot the title. No, I'm doing a strip for you. Remember?
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
we mentioned that.
yeah. Where's the thing? Well, I'm doing a werewolf story. It's a
Oh, yeah.
graphic novel. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's not finished yet. Yeah, I'm taking my time because I'm retired now. Not like
Better.
before. I used to have deadlines here and there.
Well, we'll look forward to that. It's
Yeah,
any particular werewolf or just a generic kind of werewolf tale?
yeah. He's a dwarf or a small person
Hmm.
that he
An independent publisher?
yeah he learned that when he gets mad, he turns into a werewolf. It's a
Oh,
funny story.
okay. So it's basically a typical kind of werewolf tale.
Yeah,
Yeah. All righty. Um, let's talk about the comic book industry, if that's okay. It's different now from when you first started.
very different.
Very different.
Now
Do you have any?
nowadays, it's not who you are, but yeah, it's who you know.
That's always been true to some extent.
I know it's
Yeah.
always been.
But what would you say, given that there are differences, what was better in the old days, versus now, and what's better now versus in as it was,
I think it's better those days
just all
because
around?
because right now artists who can just draw and they say, "Oh, I'm a comic book artist." But before, when on our time before, you cannot. You have to know anatomy. You have to know penciling and inking, even lettering. Yeah, I used to be apprentices for a lot of good people like Neil Adams. Remember, I worked there for continuity,
Uh-huh.
and Dan Barry, who did Flash Gordon. We did a lot of Flash Gordon in his time.
Yeah,
He
Dan
passed
Hinn.
away years ago.
Uh-huh. There were a lot of wonderful artists who came out of the Philippines in that
Oh
period.
yeah.
And you did.
Right
Um,
now, there's a lot of. I was amazed. There are lots of good Filipino artists
Still,
nowadays.
yeah. But I remember Tony De Zuniga,
Oh yeah,
yeah, E.R. Cruz, just just wonderful talents that
Steve Gunn, but
yeah,
they're all gone now.
that they're all gone. You're kind of one of the last of that
Ernie Chan,
generation.
Tony DeSuniga, a lot of them are gone.
Hmm. Those were, by and large, that first group were kind of recruited by Dick Giordano, as I recall.
Yeah.
That is true. Um, so, do you have any advice that you would like to give to young artists? I mean, aside from learning basic anatomy, you know, how do you go about breaking into the comic book industry these days? Do you have any advice in that regard?
Well, it's just the what you call this? Just practice. Yeah, practice every time, and learn the anatomy. Because if you're doing comics, it's all people. So
Hmm.
you have to know how to draw the right head, the right construction of a human body. There are lots of books about that. One is Andrew Loomis, figure drawings for all it's worth. Then creative anatomy and fun with a pencil, which is number one.
Ah, okay. Good book advice. And you can
Yeah,
find those books on Amazon or Barnes& and Noble.
yeah, they're in Amazon.
Yeah, they're all there.
No, I plan to teach in the internet, but I don't have time right now. So maybe sometime I'm gonna teach them how to construct a head and a body.
Hmm. I
Wait for that.
remember I remember taking basic art lessons, right? The head is
Mm.
basically sideways, it's a couple of ovals.
Mm.
Front view, it's like one oval,
Yeah,
with
it all starts in a circle.
yeah,
Then you go across like that.
right. And right in the middle, right, the eyes are right in the middle of the
Uh-huh.
head.
Yeah.
Right? You've got the symmetry coming, in the
Uh-huh.
beautiful direction.
And the
Too many
nose.
artists,
Yeah.
too many artists put the eyes up here on the forehead,
Mhm.
right? Because they don't know that basic.
The length of the center on the brow is one eye. So
Mhm.
three eyes, yeah, it's composed of the head. Three
Yep.
eyes like that. The
Mhm.
middle, one eye.
And you've got, the nose basically halfway between the level of the.
Yeah, and the nose is line up with the lower ear.
Mhm. So we're giving people some basic anatomy here, right?
Yeah.
And the body structure as well, right?
Oh yeah.
The number of heads, like superheroes
That's
tend to
eight
be like
heads.
six heads high.
No,
Or
no, eight
I,
heads.
I'm not remembering correctly. It's been a long time.
Mhm.
How many heads is a normal person?
Eight heads. Nine
Eight
heads
heads.
for superheroes.
Yeah. So, is there anything that you would like to talk about that we haven't covered yet? Something that's been on your mind, something you'd like to say, or things that you'd like to plug? People that fans should be looking for.
Well, that's about it. My book. I always sleep right now.
Alrighty, let's show them again, right? You can follow Dell on Facebook. Just look for Dell Barras,
Mhm.
and get Dell's book. Show it, please.
There you
Get it on
go.
Amazon. Dell is a wonderful artist, and he's got,
Barnes and Nobles too.
yeah, he's done work for us on the Champions. He worked on Rose. He did a
Yeah.
couple of Rose stories.
I did Player too.
You
Player.
did Flair, yes, yeah,
I
you did
love that
the Flairs,
story. Player. Woo.
yeah. So, we'll put a. I'll see if I can get my producer to flash some Del Barras covers at the
Mhm.
end of this interview so people can get a sense of them. As always, right? You can come
Yeah,
to.
if you need some print on my covers, I'm gonna send you some to internet.
Great. Okay. Come to our website, heroicmultiverse.com. Come to our YouTube
Multiverse.
channel. This will be posted within 2 or 3 weeks
Oh, thank
because
you.
we're a little backlogged, but we are catching up. Um,
I'll tell my friends to watch it.
I will send you
Mhm.
I will send you a proof of this before we take it live so that you can
Oh,
look at it
great.
and review it.
Thank you.
And then, if you would, share it with everybody. That would be wonderful. Okay, Dell. Thank you so
Oh,
much for this.
one more.
Oh, go ahead.
Do you have a cover for that story I'm doing for you?
I do have a cover for
Oh,
that.
okay.
It's not a Bizarre cover. It's a
Mhm.
more generic G-Girl cover. If
Oh,
you would like to do, basically a cover,
yeah, I will.
what we
Yeah.
could do is when we kickstart it, we could offer it as, a variant cover.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
so
good.
let's by all means do that. Uh,
Okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing that from you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I'll do my best.
Thank you. Our website, heroicmultiverse.com. Like, subscribe, share on the Heroic Voice YouTube channel.
Okay.
Dell, it is a pleasure. Thank you. Thank
You
you very
too.
much.
Thank you very much, Dennis.